Hey, what's up? It's the normal playing guy. We're going to do a recap to see how has Kale and then Caulifla, the swap out LR, been since the release date. That was about a month and a half ago. So we'll have a quick recap on them. So Universe 6 came out with a 220%. That's pretty nice, having that extra 40% across the board for Universe 6, which definitely could appreciate this. This is an exchange unit, so we'll touch on to Kale as well. But you'll imagine Caulifla is very defensive, and then Kale's very offensive. Here we have 6 key, 200% to stats. Coming in with basic effects at 55%. Not the best of defense in the world for an LR in the 10th era, so something. Plenty of attack and plenty of health, really maximizing the health when it comes to the double 220%. 27,400 here, it's pretty crazy at 100. Should you have an additional dupe, this stat modifier goes to a more respectable 11.1 thousand, which is probably what it should have been. Regardless, 6 key 200% along with your usual 8, so your auto super. You have an additional attack, 70% chance to super attacks. You have a 30% defense buff for the turn, and you raise your chance of evading an attack by 6% and a chance to crit by 6. Interesting how they put that in. Your 18 key, 50% for the turn, and you get 26% to dodge. Interesting. So you do your 18 key, you get 26%. You get an additional super attack, you get an additional 6% and 6% crit only. So this becomes 32% to dodge. Interesting. Pretty interesting how that's a bit of a weird gap. For the first time when you're attacked per turn, every turn, that first attack will be a guaranteed dodge unless the enemy's guaranteed to hit. Normally, you dodge it. Before you receive an attack within the turn, you are guaranteed to have 20% damage reduction. Now, that helps for the first hit, I suppose. Afterwards, yeah. So when you evade an attack, you get an additional 120% multiplier. You get an additional super attack, an additional damage reduction rate of 40% for your next 6 turns. This will apply at the end of every 6 turns, which is nice. With every attack you perform, you get 2 key, up to 6, and 40% to stats up to 120, and that's for every attack, including normal, for which even if you did get your additional super attack, it's an additional 30% multiplier. 23 key is a guaranteed dodge for absolutely everything. Not quite 24, but sure, hey, why not? From the 6th turn, we can transform. We also have this, which will be an all heal. So again, it's pretty useful, right? When you get an attack, you will dodge that first attack, and so it means you can put them in slot 1. You can also get 20%. Now the reason that's put in is because for units that have, for events where they're guaranteed to hit, this unit could survive a bit more, right? You ideally then, if you did get the dodge, get 40% damage reduction. You lose a 20 but gain an extra 20 in sense. So it's all pretty good defensively, built for dodge, right? Guaranteed at this particular point. Now what's pretty interesting is this, like 6% here, but then it goes to 26%. The good thing is it is super easy to get the 18 key, right? You coming in with 6, you're going to have 8 from this, and then there's going to be plenty of links. In particular, Tournament of Power is going to give you 3. Prepare for Battle, that'll give you a few. So yeah, you probably will also get this based on the fact that it's Universe 6. So again, not going to struggle for 18 key super attacks. So that's nice. This will be a once all heal, right? Pretty good. However, yes, we'll be able to exchange. Now you'll be able to exchange. Let's have a look with from the 6th turn, which is pretty nice, and it's reversible. So you can perform back into Caulifla depending on what you need. Should you have this, we get 200%, so that's alright, it's pretty nice. Guards all attack, guaranteed, and this is all basic, which again is pretty nice. Your first ever time you attack within the turn, every turn appears to be a crit, and can't go wrong with that. 12 or more key gets you a ridiculous amount of attack. Active skill, or with full 24 key, and again it's not difficult. Mega attack, that's going to triple. You got double, it's going to triple, and every attack you get when receiving an attack, you get 66% defense for every key sphere you have obtained. So if you gain 2 key spheres, you're only going to get 132%. But if you gain like 10 orbs, you're going to get 660%. But assuming you get hit 10 times. So, yeah, okay. Considering the average attack's probably going to be about 3 times, getting 3 orbs is probably what you're going to want to do. 6 or more key spheres, 2 additional super attacks. And if you have full key, 2 more additional super attacks. Ooh. Super attacks, what do we do? Right, 50% to attack only. Okay, we raises our crit and chance to dodge by 6%. Okay, and our 18 keys are 100% raised to attack. No defensive value in this. And again, 26. So it's the same, except you get a lot more attack, but you get no defensive power. Now, you do guard, but I don't know. For every attack, you get this, but it's for every key you've gained. I mean, that's not going to be an issue gaining the key, but yeesh. After a couple of these, then you'll be looking pretty smart, right? But other than that, it's going to be a bit dicey. But nonetheless, a fun unit. Most obviously, the most powerful unit in Universe 6. Look at this. The only ones who could potentially compete in power. Probably you. Yeah, I mean, you guys can stack up. Like these two, well, in particular this Easy A, can stack pretty ridiculous, right? Otherwise, yeah, in terms of Universe 6, by far and away the most powerhouse. It's insane. This LR's coming in with a ridiculous amount of attack. I mean, even if we switch back to Kale, she's already rocking 200%. She already gets this, and it's an attack as well. And don't forget, she's also getting attack in both of her super attacks. So again, yep, most likely going to be hitting close to 10 to 15 mil on 55% based on links and what team setup and supports you have. Yeah, it's good. If you'd have summoned, again, it's not the most ideal. I get it. It's one of the more powerful Universe 6. I bet you there's a lot of missions where this will come in extremely good use. It is still the latest LRs, right? So it is still going to be very good. Seems a bit tame in comparison, but nonetheless, they are good. Personally, I wouldn't personally have summoned for it. There are better things out there, but hey, if this is your jam, go for it. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. I've got a few more to do. I've got a lot of catching up to do, but other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Thanking you, and bye bye.